Here we are, day 27. It's the evening PM vlog, and before we get into what happened today, I'm going to turn it over to Jeremy for to share some things that he wants to talk about.
Yeah, so yesterday 13 Marines and 1 Navy corpsman died in a suicide bombing in Afghanistan. Their names are coming out as we speak, basically. So I have the names of 9 Marines that died overseas yesterday. We'll start with Max Soviak, Kareem Nikui, Riley McCollum, Hunter Lopez, Jared Schmidt, David Espinoza, Humberto Sanchez, Johanny Rosario, Deegan Page, and that's all we have now, and take a moment of silence for them.
September 11th happened 20 years ago, and our military is still fighting. And it's really sorry about the loss for their families and just for our country. Day 27. It's been today was filled with a lot of support and just an incredible displays from the fire departments and the communities that we came through. We had an incredible escort out of the city of Chicago, and it will be a day I'll never forget, being in Chicago. And as we had the riders escort us out of town, Phil joined us earlier on in the day. He's from Merrillville, and this is where our end destination is today for day 27. And he took the lead and took us into a new state. We are now in Indiana, still in the same time zone until tomorrow. And I want him to talk about what he's done so far and a little bit about the area we're in the fire department.
Like you said, we met up with Matt Straley from CFD. We left out of Engine 11's house over by O'Hare Airport area. We had multiple battalions lead us all down Irving Park, all the way to Wrigley Field, toured Wrigley Field, made it to the lakefront, went around Soldier Field, got to see a CFD boat put on a water show for us. Stopped off at the CFD firefighter and paramedic memorial. Had time there with many guys on shift. Got some photo ops there and got to pay respect to all those that have fallen there. Continued down the lakefront with escort from several CFD riders. They took us all the way to the South Chicago neighborhood, where ladder 42 or 49, it escapes me now, and Engine 126 picked us up again and did a lights and siren escort all the way down to 83rd on the south side. Made it into Cal Park, and then that's when we transitioned shortly thereafter to Indiana. Brought them through. Daryl and Dave, 10 years ago, I met them following this ride then. Been friends with them ever since. Well, back then they wanted to go to a local hamburger spot, so we took them to Shoop's back then. Daryl said, well, I want to do this again, so these guys can experience it. So we stopped off at Shoop's in Hammond. They got to eat, or had a little memory meal for them, and the other guys got refueled for the rest. From there, we came down through Hammond, cut through Munster, Indiana, on our way to Schererville. Schererville, Indiana, known as the Crossroads of America because the cross of US 41 and US 30. Chief Bob Patterson over there and their staff and the town officials, they have a 9/11 memorial. They have a piece of structure that's there that was sent to them, built a beautiful memorial with the help of an artist. The guys got to see it, pay respects there. One of the towers they have there, all the holes in the tower, if you ever get to see it in the pictures, every hole on there was a life lost. So we met up there, excuse me. That memorial is on what used to be old US Highway 30. We did a little memorial there, met up, did some interviews, and that continued on to where we are today in Merrillville. This station is also on old US Highway 30. These guys were great the whole way. Had a great time with camaraderie here. This department used to be one of the state's largest volunteer departments around 2002 when I started. It had a steady decline shortly thereafter. A state's largest, so Indiana's largest volunteer department. It had a steady decline after that, and in 2011, the chiefs that were in place then made this a combination department. They switched it over slowly, got the local officials to agree to start some full-time with backed up by the volunteers. I came over from another neighboring department, so did the chief and one other captain. We used to work for the city of Gary, just to the north of here. Been here since, so that's 9 years on the job, full-time, protecting this town of 38,000 people, 39 square miles, 4 guys on an engine. That's all we get, and 2 chiefs. But we do the best with what we can. So I was honored to be able to be a part of these guys' ride today, and they've also honored me with the fact that I get to read the names for today from some of the fallen.
I'll say it's incredible having the firefighters of these towns join us. It really adds so much to the ride. It brings our spirits up. We learn so much about the towns that we're riding through, and instantly we're brothers and sisters. And I'll tell you, it's been an unreal experience riding with you and the other firefighters that we've been riding with the last few days. So thank you for being on our trip.
Yep, it's my honor. So we'll start off. Paul Tegetmeyer, Engine 4. John Tierney, Ladder 9. John Tipping II, Ladder 4. Hector Torrado Jr., Engine 23. Richard Van Hine, Squad 41. Peter Vega, Ladder 118. Lawrence Belling, Engine 235. John Vigiano II, Ladder 132. Sergio Villanueva, Ladder 132. Lawrence Virgilio, Squad 18, with a D after it. Lieutenant Robert Wallace, Engine 205. And Jeffrey Walls, Ladder 9. Pay these men a moment of silence for their sacrifice.
Thank you. And tomorrow, Phil will be riding with us all tomorrow to make sure that the route that we're on is safe and a nice route. We rode on old train, it used to be old train tracks. They've turned into really nice trails that we've been on most of the day. I want to thank your family for making us dinner tonight and setting us up logistically. Again, our support drivers for the incredible work that you're all doing, and everyone that's following our ride. Thank you so much. We only have 11 riding days left, and we're getting closer and closer to New York every day. So thank you, and have a good evening.